Each of us has a natural heart expression that's uniquely ours, and that expression is always just behind whatever it is that we're doing or engaging in. And all it often takes is just a little bit of consciousness to bring that forward and to brighten that sense of heartfulness in engagement. And there is this light of our attention, this light of awareness that simply when it rests in the heart center over time can bring it a light, and it can blossom much like a seed or a flower that is given lots of light and attention to come forward. So I invite you into that in this month of February. In particular, we have Valentine's in the middle of the month. But it's a great time in spiritual practice to come back around and cycle back into having a sense of awareness in this region of the heart center. And part of that might be an experience of having your attention rest here, but also it can be a way of having that awareness that is present in attention meet up with body awareness and have the body come alive with a sense of openness and receptivity, even in our posture and in our energetics. So I encourage you to bring that theme forward this month, and in your days, tune into your posture and what heartfulness feels like to you in your own direct experience. And sometimes we can't manufacture a sense of heartfulness in simply, wanting to feel connected with people. Maybe we're particularly exhausted, or our attention is consumed on one particular thing, a concern or a project. And we may not feel a kind of overflow of heartfulness. But there's a way in which when we rest our attention in this region, it's just the thing to activate that sense of fullness. And just before this broadcast, I had this image and this sensation of what it's like to be near a waterfall, or perhaps even swimming in the pool where a waterfall is descending. And right at that juncture where the full weight and the full power of that water coming down comes into the pool, you can also feel a big upsurgence of energy, and the way the water also is turning below the surface and bringing up that really strong movement and expression. And as I felt into that sense of that juxtaposition of that deep dive of attention down into the depths of being, and that sense of the depths arising and expressing from this well font of spirit. So I was sitting with that image as you might be doing now, and sensing into that. There is this way that it seems that consciousness, we become more conscious and more wakeful right in the midst of this simultaneity of opposites expressing. And so not only might that be a relinquishing of our attention going outward into the myriad of things that call to our attention that might grab us and pull us in. It can be a very intentional departure from those attention grabs into a sense of dropping our attention down and into a sense of stopping and quietude. But it also is that blend of alertness and availability to the very vitality that's present within restfulness. And it's often when you sense into that blend of simultaneity, of vitality and rest, that you're putting yourself in the midst of this synergy that is very conducive to bringing consciousness alight in its expression as the still ground of being that's in movement, as an intimacy with consciousness expressing as this myriad of comings and goings and expressions of the manifest world. And so right in that, there's another simultaneity of this sense of inner and outer being consciously experienced in simultaneity, a sense of separate self that may experience itself as other than what is around oneself, rests to the point that separation is no longer referenced or asserted, and that expression of the 10,000 things of all of the expressions of life are sensed more consciously to co-arise in this simultaneity. And so the theme that I really want to bring forward tonight is this theme of simultaneity, of opposites expressing. And as you're going about this month feeling into the possibility of being more heartful, being receptive in a way that may bring your consciousness more interiorly into the heart center, there can also be this openness and availability to the external world and to our relatings and engagements with others, and that also includes engagements with our own self and whatever feelings or inner content of experience might arise that we might be able to befriend or embrace in inclusion.